Hello, this is Torrin at Political Dots. I'm here to talk about the debate last night. Very, in my opinion, most entertaining debate we've had so far. Um, there are three things that came out of it that I think that most people are talking about. Well, two of the three people are talking about. The third one kind of sort of being ignored, but I'm going to bring that up at the end. The Chris Christie Marco Rubio showdown, or slapdown, more aptly, is what everybody's talking about. Marco Rubio looked like, if you ever watched Perry Mason and you see Perry Mason cross-examine the guilty party, he cross-examines them so well that they end up confessing on the stand. And that's basically what happened last night. Chris Christie's been saying that Marco Rubio isn't ready, and Marco Rubio pretty much confessed that last night. He didn't say, "Oh, I'm not ready," but he showed the world how unready he is. And when he walked him into repeating the statements three different times, I mean, Christie did a masterful job. He shows you what a skilled prosecutor can do with somebody on the stand that isn't who they say they are. Marco Rubio got outed last night, and I think it's going to show in the voting tomorrow. You may still want to support Marco Rubio because of what you think he is, but he showed you what he actually is last night. The second is the Donald Trump-Jeb Bush Eminent Domain debate. Donald Trump talked about eminent domain as, as building pipelines and bridges and roads, and kind of sort of left out the fact that he tried to take a woman's property to build a parking lot in Atlantic City. He kind of sort of left that out. Jeb Bush, very astutely, very wisely, and very toughly, bravely, I guess, brought that up, brought it to light. And the only reason Donald Trump doesn't have that land is because he lost the court case. He lost the court case for it. If he wouldn't have lost that court case, that lady would be out of where she is. I don't care how much money she has. To some people, it's not about money. Donald Trump seems to think that since they get paid, that it's okay because they've got money for it. Well, if they don't want to sell their land, they want to keep it, that doesn't seem to be Donald Trump's concern. Money seems to be the end-all, be-all with Donald Trump. She should have been happy to get the money he was offering her, and since she wasn't happy to get it, I'm going to take you to court and take your land. I don't care how you think you want to see it, that's actually the way it was. So that was a very, very good Jeb Bush moment in the debates last night. But to me, the most telling moment of the debate last night was actually the Ben Carson, Ted Cruz aspect of it. And I say that because the media has been running this down, that Ted Cruz did something dirty pool. Well, they could have called the Cruz campaign. They could have asked a question of the Cruz campaign, of the Carson campaign. I mean, they could have asked Carson, and they could have said, "Hey, what's really going on?" Blah, 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 blah. And he's guilty, and you know he's guilty because he apologized. Blah, 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 blah. But it comes right down to it. What Ted Cruz said last night not only squashed it, it shows the lack of character Ben Carson has. CNN reports it. Ted Cruz gets wind of it. Ted Cruz personally calls Ben Carson himself. Ben Carson doesn't respond, doesn't answer the phone. CNN gives a retraction at 9:15, 2 hours and 15 minutes into the voting, into the caucusing in Iowa. When Cruz and Carson finally talk, Carson says, "I'm not out." Cruz says, "Oh my gosh, okay, it's good to know, good to hear, blah, blah, blah." They're talking, whatever it is. Ted Cruz apologizes for his team not retracting what they had been told on CNN after 9:15. That's basically what was said last night. That's what he apologized for. Not that they said it in the first place, because CNN reported it. They disseminated to the caucus areas. That's fine. He apologized for what happened after 9:15. Apologized to Ben Carson. Ben Carson then said, would you apologize publicly? Ted Cruz says, yes, I'll apologize publicly. He apologizes, but Ben Carson doesn't accept it. So he's been apologized to twice with no exception from Ben Carson. Ben Carson goes on shows, talks about what a terrible person he is, talks about how dirty he is, compares him to Barack Obama and the Democratic Party, after 2 apologies. Ted Cruz gets on stage last night, apologizes a 3rd time, and explains it in a way that, to me, makes Ben Carson look like a totally classless, lack of character, no principled person. And forget the Christian moniker. He was asked for forgiveness 3 times and did not accept it. So, Ben Carson, you're dead to me. I'm done with you. Perhaps if I need brain surgery, or I run into some people that are conjoined at the head that need some help, maybe I'll call you. But outside of that, me and you are done. Totally classless, man. To be ashamed of yourself. You should apologize to Ted Cruz. Outside of that, I think tomorrow night is going to reflect this debate. I think this debate is going to have a bigger impact on the voters in New Hampshire than previously thought. I think Ted Cruz is going to do way better than people think he's going to do. I think that drop in the polls is going to rise back again. I think Donald Trump is not going to do as well. I think Marco Rubio is not going to do as well. And I would not be surprised at all if Donald Trump did not win New Hampshire after last night. His answer on eminent domain may have killed him. So, in a nutshell, look out. It's going to be a good, fun election day.